X and O's. My ex a hoe, she act like a strange. I'm lost without love. FOMO, I miss us. FOMO, this party sucks. FOMO, text you hello. She said LOL, you thought.
Local Scene Podcast, it's Luke. I'm here today with my boy Twan. We're out here in Kent, so you stay out here, right?
Yeah, I've been living here since freshman year. I'm a senior now, so lived in the dorms. I've moved around in different places. I'm originally from PwanMnzl though.
PwanMnzl? Where's that at? Is that like near Cleveland?
Yeah, it's like an hour away from me, about 45 minutes east of Cleveland. So
Okay.
it's like right on the water next to Menor. Menor's kind of like
Okay,
a popular area in Ohio.
That's like one of the biggest high schools in Ohio, isn't it?
Yeah, they have 3 middle schools. I used to play basketball in high school.
Okay.
And they have 3 middle schools, and it's such bullshit because they have 3 middle schools. So it's like you gotta think like we have 1 middle school, so that middle school goes to high school, and then they make the team off that, and then Menor has 3 middle schools, so take the best fucking 5 people from each middle school.
Yeah, you got a stud team.
Yeah, so they're like one of the best like high school like sports teams just because they're so big and Menor's such a big area.
Yeah, for sure. So you said you played basketball in high school? Did you do anything else in high school?
I not like sports wise.
Okay.
I mean, I was like a good student. And I played basketball, and then I didn't really get into music. I mean, maybe senior year, it's tough.
So you were making music in high school?
My sister's ex-boyfriend was the first, like, they were dating at the time.
Okay.
Was the first person that I had made a song with. Cause me and my homies were just I was like 15, maybe.
So you were messing around a little bit?
Yeah, cause like what we used to do, like when like my first friend like got his license, like we would just drive in the car, listening to instrumentals,
and just like freestyle.
No, that's all we do.
I got a buddy right now who's like practicing freestyling, so like we'll just be in the car. I'm terrible. Like I just take it as a joke for real, but like he's like good, so like I'll turn on and like I'm in charge of like picking the beats, so I switch it up. I make him rap to like all kinds of different stuff, but like no, I feel that like people just driving in the car.
We go on like our car rides and we just listen to instrumentals and just freestyle the entire time.
Yeah.
And like I found like I was pretty good at it.
Right.
And so that's when I started like having more of an appreciation for music. And then my sister's boyfriend at the time he was like a rapper. Okay. And he kind of made like it wasn't super rap, and I feel like I draw a lot of inspiration from him. It was kind of like pop, like R&B, a little bit of like he like danced in everything. Okay. Yeah. So it was like I remember the first time, like the first song I ever made was we were in the basement. I was fucking around. I was like, bro, I could write a better song than you any day. He's like, nah, bro. I was like, let's write. We get 30 minutes apiece. Let's see who writes a better verse. And he's like, all right. He's like, what's the topic? I'm like, I don't know. He goes, all right, let's make it about fat bitches. You gotta make a song about fat bitches. I was like, all right, bet. 30 minutes go by. We both write these verses. And he's like, bro, that shit's hard. We like deliver it to each other. And he's like, that shit's hard. He's like, let's record that at my house tomorrow. I was like, all right,
that's fire.
So we go over there.
The first time you record is fun. It's like, oh, I'm actually like,
it's so crazy.
It's
like,
cool. Yeah.
And like fucking just like fucking around with like all the different like engineering and shit. Yeah. And I brought my homie who's my roommate now. He also makes music. Like I'm in a group, but like I also do a lot of my own things.
Okay.
Like so like
what's the group called?
Dark Money would be our group. It's me, him, his brother, and then our old roommate, Chris. And the 4 of us, like it's a lot of different styles, so it's like cool. But I also do my own thing a lot. And I mostly drive towards that, but like they're like my day one, so it's like.
No, I understand that.
I brought him with me, and I was like, yeah, because like he was the best freestyle. He still is fucking nuts at freestyle. Yeah. So.
Dude, that's an art.
Yeah, bro. He like, cause I'll get into it, but fucking, so fucking, he comes with me and. We find this beat on YouTube. It was a Hoodie Allen instrumental. Okay. And he's like, this is the easiest beat to freestyle.
I wouldn't even know what that sounds like.
So
I know who Hoodie Allen is, but I haven't listened to his music.
Right. So we like put down these verses and shit, and like he's like an engineer too. Okay. My sister's ex-boyfriend. And so he did this like one little like vocal trick, and it was so fucking raw. We're like, dude, this shit is so nuts. And I think that was my first like introduction to like engineering and shit, and like how that can really like drive a song and change music. Right. And so like we had like made this shit whatever. We put it on SoundCloud like a week later. We were at like the football game because like you remember like in high school.
Oh, that was a big thing.
You go to football games and shit.
That's a social event.
Yeah. We're fucking rappers. Like we ain't got time for broke boy shit. Like this shit's like we're done in the city. and like it got like I was like 5,000 views.
Well, that's not bad. Dude, that was in high school, you said?
Yeah.
That's gas.
So it was like, so then we had like a couple of friends that would like make music, and we would go to the studio with them because they would go to actual studios.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's like when I started to actually go to studios, and like this guy would like pay for 4 hours. Then he would record for 3 hours, and he'd be like, you guys can do whatever. And we would make 4 songs in an hour.
That's
we would just freestyle everything.
Yeah. Well, you only have that hour.
Do one run of like ad libs, yeah. So we would make like dog shit music. And
but hey, that's okay.
So
that's
all,
how you start.
So we all uploaded it to, we had like a SoundCloud, and we uploaded it to that SoundCloud for like, I would say 2 years. So probably I was 16 or 17 to like 18. I think it was 16 to 18.
Okay. So that's kind of when you started releasing music.
Yeah.
Were you releasing it under Twan? Or did you have a different name?
It was TwanMnzl, yeah. It was always the same thing because like it was like the Johnny Manziel era.
Yeah. And he was like, well, I think now it's cool because that era's passed. So like that Manziel thing, people know. You know what I mean? People know, but it's not like a big like name anymore. But it's still people know Johnny Manziel.
I'm not like in love with my like artist name, but like I just have never had the courage to change it because like
I mean that's a big deal.
And I feel so weird making it something like I don't know. Say someone like. I don't know, like an artist who had Emily Chapa, like that has nothing to do with his name.
Right.
And it's a dope name, but it's like, I can't think of some shit like that in my head wouldn't be corny.
Right, no, yeah, I get that. Well, people call you Twan, like I've never heard anyone not call you Twan.
So like, I feel like it's also good in that sense. So fucking, it's always been the same name. We were releasing music on SoundCloud for about 2 years maybe, then I got my first mic, which was this actual mic.
Really? The Blue Yeti?
The Yeti, yeah. I got it for like Christmas for like $100 or some shit. And
it's like, not a bad mic for, at least for podcasting.
Yeah.
Not a bad mic.
Yeah, because like, this is when I got to college, because this is, when I started making music on my own, it was when I got to college, freshman year. Because my friend had
So what year are you now? Juniors?
Senior.
Oh, you're seniors?
Yeah.
Okay.
So my friend had the Snowball.
Okay,
and he was like, you can record on GarageBand, it comes with all Macs. Because I had a Mac for school.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, that. And like, so my mom got me like a Yeti for Christmus or some shit. And then I started making my own shit in my fucking like dorm room. Actually, previously to that, for like 2 months, I was making music on my Beats headphones. I had Beats, and I was just talking to the fucking mic, and I was just blasting the auto-tune. I was just making like rap songs.
That's fire.
And then I got the Yeti, and I was recording in the dorm, but it's like, recording in a dorm, like you can't like yell.
No.
And I went through a long phase, like my music really didn't start getting actually like listenable or good until I had the confidence to like fucking actually like push that shit out. Yeah. Cause I would just be so like scared as fucking.
Right. No. Yeah.
Whatever.
No, you were like almost like sheltered almost.
Yeah.
You had to like hold back. And then when you have your own privacy, basically you can explore your voice, kind of find your sound.
And then,
no, I get that.
And then we moved out of the dorms next year, and I started, making more music, and it was still shitty, and I was just making it, I wasn't releasing it.
Right.
And we had these 2 kids that lived across the one kid that's in the Dark Money group, Chris, he lived across the hall from me in these apartments. And we were like sitting down one day, and he's like, dude, I want to make a song. Alright, bet.
Yeah,
let's make a song.
Yeah.
So we make the song. It was like so much better than anything I had made in the past like 2 years.
Really?
Or like ever, really. I was like, man, this shit's like because we were both like into that shit. And he was just naturally like really good. So I was like, bro, let's just make a fucking whole tape. So like
So you did
off the rip, we made freshman year, which is my first like album that I've put on Apple Music and Spotify.
Okay, I was just gonna check to see if it was on.
And it's alright music. It's mostly rap. I think it's like all rap and like maybe a little R&B and shit. But like it was really like the development of like a lot of myself, and like I learned so much from that, and it was very like low quality. And then after that album had dropped, I remember I was like, now we can take a break, we can just chill, blah blah.
Right.
And the next day I was in the studio, and that's when I made this song called On Me, and I made this other song called Dark Nights, which are like 2 very popular songs that I have.
Those are probably 2 of your biggest songs,
I wouldn't say biggest, but like
On Me, that's like your number 1 on Spotify.
Yeah. But those were like the songs that I was like, damn, like I'm starting to progress, because I was starting to learn more about like engineering and stuff, EQs and different shit like that.
Right.
So I was starting to learn a lot of stuff, and like I had made those songs like the next day, and I just kept growing from there. And then that's when like kind of the Dark Money thing started going, we released Dark Money Tapes 1. We haven't made the second. That's what like I want to do after this album. And then I made Sunflowers and Rocks, which is my first own album.
Project,
And that like I really like the whole, I guess, idea behind it was like like the two.
Yeah, it's almost two different albums.
I had the two. I had the two contrasting. Like I had Sunflowers, which was like a lot of pop and EDM. I guess dance music. And a little bit of rap, but like upbeat
but
rap.
Moon Rocks was more rap.
Moon Rocks was like a little R&B, but a lot of like dark rap and shit, like Travis Scott elements and shit, and
almost spacey. I mean, Moon Rocks was a good way to say it.
So like
almost spacey.
Originally when I came up with the album, I just thought it was so hard, like just the name, and then I was like, I just noticed I was making such contrasting music, and I was like, why don't I just
make a contrasting album?
So like I really tried to just put so much different shit into that, and I released that. I would say like 70,000 streams, which
good.
like I don't know what's a lot, but like
that's decent.
It was cool, like, and I did all the engineering and writing myself and stuff. I had features with my homies and shit, but like I think this album now is
let's talk about this album. Because I heard this album, he showed me a little bit, and bro, this is fire. It's like pop punk, like, and not everyone's out here making pop punk, but it's popular. It's what's popping right now. Like, it's fire. You know what I mean? To do that sort of like genre.
So like after Sunflowers and Rocks dropped, like I was just so into being so diverse, and I was like, I gotta keep like expanding and shit. And then I went through a breakup. Like it was a while after the album dropped. It was probably like eight months ago, maybe. Of my current girlfriend now, we broke up for like 6-7 months probably. And like through that, I kind of just fucking broke down and like lost everything that I thought I was up to that point. Because I was 21 years old, and like I had such an idea of who I was. Even before that, I was just kind of like coming to a lot of like different weird like anxiety and depression and stuff, and like just like shit that I never felt before. So like that all hitting me at 21 years old just felt like I had changed into a different person. So, and then we broke up, so like it was just like my whole world was just gone. And like I had no idea who I was. Like I was just like battling so much shit just within my own head. And I started going to therapy, which was, I started making music about shit that really meant something to me. And I started
writing probably a lot easier.
So I started going to therapy, and I'm sitting there talking to my therapist. I'm like, like she's like telling me these things, like, you should try this, blah blah blah. And I'm like, like I tried journaling. It's just not. It's just not me. And she knows I make music. She's like, well, you realize you do make music. That's the best kind of journaling or anything you can do. You're putting something. It's not just getting your feelings out. It's getting your feelings out and turning it into something so amazing that's like it's so dark to put in, but then when it comes out, it's so like beautiful and light.
100%.
So it's like that really like that conversation that we had drove me even further of just like really just putting my fucking everything into the music now, and like now it means something different to me than it did before. Like before I just did it because I loved music. I was just like, it was cool, it's awesome, like I can make shit people can rock out to, and it's just shit's like it's just dope. And now it's like I can make shit, and especially when we went through that breakup, like I was listening to, that's when my like taste in music changed 180.
It changes when you go with your life, you know what I mean? With your life, your music taste changes for sure. Like
I don't even listen to rap anymore really. Like I really got into like pop punk and like alternative. Even pop music too, just like so much different shit, and like it changed me 180 in the music aspect now. And it's like I was really caught up in trying to make so many different genres, and like my friends were like, dude, you gotta realize like at some point you're gonna really like find your kind of sound, and like you're not gonna want to do every single sound. Like I know you did that in the last album.
No, I think you definitely found it with the pop punk. You definitely found a sound that like is Twan. You know what I mean? They're
like, this isn't the last album. This is fucking. This is new shit. This is something so different to you. And I'm like, so it's like now it's really just putting me into this and like this new version of me. and this new sound, and I love it, dude. Like the shit it speaks to me, and like I just know I just know what music has like done to me of like going through like shit, and then listening to music, you have a different aspect on it or like a different take on it. So like it's not even like I want people to fucking party and shit and drink to this shit. It's like
you want people to listen to it and feel something.
Yeah, it's like I want someone to listen to it like relate damn, to it bro, like that guy went through the same exact shit.
For sure.
Like so, like an example is like I have 2 songs. One's called "What Bar You At" and one's called "FOMO." And both songs, FOMO's obviously fear of missing out.
Yeah.
It's about just like you break up with someone, or just in general, like when people are doing something, you always want to be there. Like you don't want anyone doing anything that's more fun than what you're doing. You want to be at the most lit function, blah blah. Like, and "What Bar You At" it's kind of like the story of like when you break up with someone, or you like go out like kind of looking for your own self-destruction. Whatever we talked about, like it's like you go out and you're like, where's this person at? Like I gotta So it's like just that shit is just like I like write shit like especially when I listen to it in my car, and I'm like sitting there like, damn, I can't believe I wrote this shit.
I know,
like, I can't believe like I was like in that headspace, be that fucking, I don't know.
No, you're right.
I'm not trying to sound like a fucking logic.
No. But no, to be like proud of yourself, be like, dang, like that was my work. You know what? I was in that headspace where I like, and like to know that other people will relate to that too is big.
Yeah. Too. So it's like that's really what I'm going for now, and like that's why I've also recognized like a shift in my style and like. In not even like my music, but like my persona. Like so, the album cover is very controversial. Have you seen it? It's like
I don't know if I've seen it or not.
It's fucking.
I see it.
So it's like very, I guess you'd say feminine.
Okay.
But I was like, I just knew that like the shit like I'm making, the sound I'm going for, like people are gonna eat that shit up. Like people want to fucking.
Okay, yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
So like
that's fire.
Put fucking glitter on my face, and my nails painted. Like
that's
and
fire.
It's like, cause it's
but
like,
it is controversial, especially around here. Like not everyone, like if that's in LA, it's like whatever. But like around here, especially like people. But I don't know. I think that's cool that you're accepting just the fact that that's what you want to do and you're gonna do it. You know what I mean? And I think that's how it should be. Especially artists. Like artists should be able to express themselves more than anybody else. So.
Right, like my friends went to Cincy one weekend and they came back and they were telling me like, yeah, we had this big argument about like your album cover being, you know, sus as fuck, and I'm like,
oh my
dude,
god.
I was like, well, like here's the thing, I was like, I'll admit like it's definitely like sus, like, and just like the sense that like I know that it's like it's just not, you know, it's not it's super feminine. Like, obviously people are gonna be like, nah, fuck this shit, like blah blah blah, but like. It definitely matches the sound, and like that's why like I wanted to do it that way, because I knew that fucking it was gonna fucking portray that.
Right. So I don't know if you know that I even know this, but your album is called Pity Party.
No.
You have something in the works too to like bounce off of this album, right?
Okay, yeah.
Am I allowed to even say that, or should we just cut that there?
No, yeah, we can talk about it.
We don't have to.
No,
we don't have to.
No.
Because I don't even know if you knew that. I knew that.
Yeah, fucking. That's fucked.
But no, it's not fucked. It's not fucked because he wouldn't have told me that, because I don't. He was just telling me that because he's like, bro, that idea is fire.
Yeah. So, okay. So I didn't.
You're not mad at him for that.
No. Alright. Because it's cool.
He was like telling me about you and stuff, and I'm like, oh, I don't know. Like I have to listen to his music and stuff, and he's like. Bro, I'm telling you, like, we're talking about our boy right now, who kind of set us up, but he's like, bro, like, I'm telling you, he's fire, like, and he's got this super cool idea, like, trust me, like, this dude's fire, and that's when we came over that one night, so I'm like, all right, I'll go, I'll see what's up, so, and then he turned on some music, I'm like, yeah, he's good.
Yeah, so, when I started making the album, I had no idea what it was gonna be called. Originally, my first idea was it was gonna be called When Boys Cry.
Okay.
And like, cause I was like, yeah, like sad boy, fucking whatever. Right. Chill. And like, as I kept making music, like it just kind of seemed corny.
I think Pity Party is such a good title,
it just started seeming so like corny, and I was like, this shit's like kind of like I don't know. It's not even played out. It's just like weird. It's just like corny. Like nobody's gonna want to listen to that shit. And so like I continue to make music and shit, and if my girlfriend's watching this, I hope she's not mad. Love you, but
she can't be mad now.
Yeah. So we got back together and shit, and like I was still able to finish off the album after we got back together because I could still draw.
Yeah, off those experiences.
It was nice to know that I could still draw off those experiences and still build off of what like a weird going back into a relationship that had so much damage into it.
Right.
So like it touches on that a little bit in that album too. But I remember we got back together and like I don't know how long it was, like a couple weeks or something, and then we got into this fight because like I had thought that over that time I had, you know, grown to such a good person, and I was like, you know, so whatever. And then she like pretty much just like shit on my whole work. I was like, you didn't change at all. She was like, it's bullshit. She's like, all you did was throw yourself a fucking pity party while we broke up. And she's like, I had to do all this shit on my own. And she's like, you're a piece of shit, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, it hit me, and like, I did become a way better person after that. It kind of fucking really snapped me. Because I had done a lot of this growing, and I think I just kind of lost when we got back together. But after that, it kind of fucking like snapped me back into place. But fucking, she said that shit, and I remember after she left, I wrote my notes "Pity Party." So I was like,
that's fine.
I was like, this would be a dope song name.
Yeah.
I was like, like fucking Pity Party. And then I'm like, this is when I was like kind of on the downfall of like this first album name. I'm like, I don't know. And I'm like thinking of different album names. I'm like, Pity Party's like, that could just be a sick album name.
Yeah, that is.
And
then, and then the fact that you're like, for your album release party, you're throwing a pity party.
Yeah.
That's gas.
Like, and especially on Valentine's Day, like everything, because I was originally like, we had gone through this shit where like we were just working on the mixes so much, and like it's just all the shit was going on, and I was like, I'm gonna have to push back the date. And Kaden was like, don't do that shit. He's like, fucking push through it, and you're gonna release on Valentine's Day.
Yep.
So like, I'm staying up till like 3 a.m. every single night doing it, because I'm like, if I don't do it now, I don't know if I'll do it.
Right.
And I'm like, it has to be on Valentine's Day. Have a fucking party that day, pity party, fucking red and black balloons, blah blah, all this bullshit, all this sad shit.
That's
fucking. And so like, I'm like, okay, like pity party's the name, and then I thought about like, I love deluxe albums.
Yeah. So do I, and that's huge right now.
I love the concept of, do you know MGK's album, Tickets to My Downfall? I love that he called his deluxe the sold out deluxe.
Right.
Because tickets, you know, it's a concept that sold out.
So they play off each other.
Yeah, so I was like, Pity Party would be cool, and then it clicked, I was like, and then I could have a deluxe, because I was making some rap songs and some shit that was like, some more fuck you shit.
That you wanted, but didn't really fit on the album?
Yeah. It was just like some more like fuck you shit.
Right.
Not even personally to one person.
Right.
It was like fuck you to these people, fuck you to this. And so I was like, I could release Pity Party as an album, and then however much later, maybe a month or two later, I released Pity Party, parentheses, the After Party Deluxe.
Yeah, that's
which is gas. Like, bro, the fucking.
That's gas.
I was so hyped.
When Kate told me that, he was like, bro, and he's got this really cool idea for this album and the next album.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right. He's like, bro, listen to this. And I'm like, dude, that is fire.
Yeah.
That is
so
fire.
Like, cause I originally was gonna make the album all super sad songs, and then the deluxe was gonna be just rap songs.
Right.
And then as it developed, I was like, okay, I don't want to make all these like super like sad. Like that's when a lot of the pop punk started coming into play.
Right.
And a lot of that alternative, and where it was like, it's not super sad, but it's a lot of sad lyrics. But you could also party to them, or you could drive to them. Like I wanted something that was very multifunctional.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I was like, I had made this song called My Help, and it was like the first rap song I made, and like the shit was just so clean. Like I'll play it after this, but it was just like this rap song, and I spent 30 minutes, or no, it was probably like an hour, writing half of this verse in Spanish, and I was doing all this different shit, and it was pretty much just like this fuck you to my ex-girlfriend, and it was just so gas, and I was like, bro, I gotta fucking put this like on the deluxe, and like I started building like this shit off of the deluxe. So then like I had made this like super like dark like EDM song. I'm like, bro, this would be sick as a deluxe too, which is like that song's about this girl has these, you know, fuck me eyes when she gets drunk, and it's like. Yeah. You see them, like, when the shots start going down, like, you're looking at me, and it's pretty much, like, just about that, like, fucking, like, feeling, and I fucking love that concept, and then my favorite, right now, I'm gonna tell you, and fucking, I hope fucking, I don't know, this shit's super confidential, but this is one of my favorite songs that, like, I'm working on right now. I don't have it finished, but it's called House Party Hell.
Okay.
And it's a lot. I feel fucking fucked if I say this, but it's gonna come out anyways. It's called House Party Ho, and it's just about like all these girls in Kent and like all these girls, not even bro, like everywhere. It's about like these like grungy hoes that like go to house parties and just do fucking Molly and coke and just run their nose full of what the fuck ever. And it's like people who got daddy issues, like fucking people who have drug problems, people who party 5 nights a week, and like it's just that like.
What's good? You're like in the party scene, like, and that's like what your music's kind of about and stuff.
I see so like, much from going out.
Yeah, so like that correlation, I feel like is okay for you to talk about. So.
Yeah, and it's like because also like the thing is, I am shitting on these people a little bit, but also like I mean I don't do like drugs all like that. Like I don't drink just because like I can't handle drugs. Like,
no, I understand that.
But like. I'm the same as these people too, whether I do drugs or not. Like, you know, I don't have.
Well, I'm not saying that you think that you're greater than anything, but just to be able to talk about college life and that sort of thing, I think you're in a unique position. People, being in college, going to Kent, you have that ability to talk about that stuff.
Yeah, and so it's like, cause it's like I don't have the best family dynamic either. Like I fucking, it's just all this shit, but it's like it. I think a lot of people will be like, damn, that's me, but they're gonna be like, this shit's a banger, so I'm here for it. That's so it's like, just shit like that, and like, that's what I was gonna say was that fucking like, I'm the same as these people in the sense that like, when me and this person broke up, and this is at the end of What Bar You At, I have this little like sound bit I'll play for you, and it's pretty much me talking about like, we were like in the basement, like in the studio, like talking about this shit, and when I was talking about like the concept of this song, and I was like, when we broke up, like, I went out 5 nights a week. I got blacked out at least 3 nights. I was like, I was a fucking mess. And like, I thought that I was working on myself, but bro, I was so far gone. So it's like, bro, I'm the same as a house party hoe. Like, I'm the same person.
Yeah, I feel that.
So it's like, everyone's been there. Whether you're continuously being that person or you were there for a certain period of your life. Yeah. It's like, I want to make shit that relates to people more than just empty shit. When I made Sunflowers and Rocks, I made this song called Deep End, and one of my friends was like, "Man, that song like really hit home for me." And I was
like, that probably made you like, I want to keep making stuff like that.
Well, he said that, and I was like, I am making that stuff now, but when I made that song, I didn't. It was just
you didn't feel it. Yeah.
I just made it because I was like, if this is gonna be like a dancey EDM song.
You feel like.
Yeah, I was like, it's gonna be a dancey EDM song. I'll make it about heartbreak because everyone knows that.
Right.
And like. It didn't mean anything to me. He's like, bro, like that shit like really hit home for me. I was like, didn't mean shit to me. And like now every single song on this one is like it means so much to me.
That's huge.
Like more than an entire album. One song on this, any song on this album means more than any other music I've put out in the past. So it's like.
And this drops Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it'll drop at midnight this Saturday.
Okay, bet.
Going into Sunday. And then Deluxe,
you don't even have to put a date on that right now.
Yeah, no.
But I just wanted you to spill the beans on the Deluxe thing because that's fire.
I thought
anyone listening to this they're gonna be glad that they heard that too because they're gonna have their ears open.
I was like, you brought it up. I was like, fuck, like I didn't even think about you asking that.
I'm sorry. I
was like, this is like the perfect thing.
This is the perfect time to talk about something.
Right? Yeah. Like when fucking people go on like Jimmy Fallon, they're like, yeah, what's this album called? They're like, I don't know. All right, I'll tell you. It's called fucking Mix, blah, blah, blah. So,
So we're gonna wrap this up a little bit. Anyone you want to shout out, anything like that before we go?
Yeah. Caden, engineer, fucking love you. Chris for shooting my cover art, being a fucking great inspiration. He was the first person that made me appreciate lyrics more than anyone else. Immediately, like the first time he ever like got on a song with me, like. I was like, damn, how the fuck do you write like that? Right. So I've always drawn inspiration from being able to write like him or just having that like imagery because the shit he talks about, like the way he phrases shit is like so motivational for me to try and be like that. So that's definitely a big inspiration. Cody Biddle, my original inspiration for music of trying to get me in the studio and shit. Keys for being my go-to of all time fucking best friend.
Right.
We were the ones to start making fucking rap shit together, the first ones. All my roommates for putting up with me while I'm in the basement screaming my head off, fucking trying to make some sense shit. Be like, yeah, fucking blah blah.
Yeah.
My roommate Kenny for since freshman year. He still lives here. Like, we've been roommates since freshman year. We were even good friends in high school, and we were like, we should just room together in college because we're not that good of friends.
Yeah,
but we become best friends over this shit.
Right.
And just all the people that have kind of stuck around with me and like gave me inspiration. My girlfriend Kennedy, for making this album, thanks babe, and my friend Aaron for being my rock when I was going through a breakup and helping me do that fit, all that shit, and my therapist, Jen, thank you so much, and my family, I love all you guys. So.
Fire. Thanks for being on Local Scene Podcast. We're out.
I don't know why you always complicating everything. Want you, but I know everything was meant to fall apart. Hey, what's your name and what's your sign? Mama told me never fall in love with a Gemini.